Hey guys, Soldier5 here with episode 33 of the Palace Scrim Mode on FIFA 23. Kicking it off with some highlights of the Champions League group stage. We've already defeated Apoel 5-0 in this group stage phase. That was away from home as well, so clearly I thought get into the home game, play the highlights with the second team, we'll be good. We'll be absolutely fine. Little did I know, coming into this one, majority of the highlights would be for Apoel. Majority of the highlights would cause me to be defending with the likes of Riedewald, who else? We got Connor Cody and Chris Richards, two of which aren't the quickest. One of them isn't actually a natural centre back, so it was a struggle. And in the 73rd minute, it was a breach of our goal. We're also playing with Gaita in goal, who I think is now into the 60s. in his rating, so we actually lost that one. So our first loss in the Champions League comes to Apoel. Mental, I know. But returning to the Premier League action, last time round in the Premier League we had a 10-1 victory against Southampton. If we can kick off our Premier League games in this episode like that, we will be well on our way to that Premier League trophy. But doesn't quite work out that same way. Could have, potentially, as 3 minutes in a great save from Emi Martinez does deny us a chance of going 1-0 to the good. But yeah, we're, as I said in the previous episode, creating a multitude of attacking chances every single game. If you checked at the end of the game, I would reckon, on average, we have maybe 2 or 3 XG, just because of the pure amount of chances that we are creating. I think maybe what I'll do, maybe in the coming episodes, is knock it down to legendary, but add some sliders. Obviously, ultimate difficulty increases it is the same difficulty as legendary, but it increases the stats of the opponents, everything to 99, I think. I don't know if that's still true on FIFA 23, but what we'll do, we'll knock it down to legendary and we'll add sliders to up the difficulty instead of ultimate, and that way our pace and all that will be more effective. Obviously, against the slower players, the pace we have kind of trained our players specifically for will be more effective for us. So yeah, if we like up the likes of the goalkeeping, the shot accuracy, the shot power, decrease maybe our goalkeeper's ability, stuff like that, could make it a bit more difficult coming into what could be our final season with Palace. I've said it many times before, as that's a proper red kick. That is a vintage overhead kick. That, when you think of an overhead kick in your head, that is what you think of. Complete kind of 90 degrees between your leg and the ball whilst you kick it. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful from Alexander Fletcher. We're 2-0 up now against Villa. The chance just before that, Obafemi probably should have scored it. If that was Martial, if that was Aubameyang, they probably would have scored it. But that is not how football works. They went on the pitch, they didn't score. Here, I'll admit it, I was watching the World Cup, I got distracted. They gave away the ball, they almost scored. So be it. I was watching the World Cup, but let the man have a break. Obviously, that has been one of the main reasons why we haven't been uploading as much, is because the World Cup has been on. And I know you guys want to watch the World Cup, I want to watch the World Cup. You know, why distract us from the fact that this World Cup is insane? Recording this Thursday night, Costa Rica, there was about a 5-10 minute area where Japan and Costa Rica were both going through, and Spain and Germany were getting knocked out. It was a short window, but it was insane. And that's why the World Cup is the greatest sporting spectacle on planet Earth. You cannot beat it in terms of the quality, the passion the players bring. They play so much better for their nations than they do in any other competition, especially kind of maybe from the smaller nations. Morocco, Ziyech is on fire for them, absolutely tearing it up. For Chelsea, he would not perform this good. There's players who are main men for their countries, not really the main men for their clubs. Alphonso Davies, he is the main man for Canada. Got the goal, got their first ever World Cup goal. For Bayern, he's a left back, he's a left back. It is incredible to watch. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am, because it is insane. And that's only the group stage. The knockout stages is about to get a whole load better. And I'm not trying to distract you from the fact that we're playing Leicester and we're currently 1-0 down. And they have a chance late in the half where Barnes receives the ball, plays it through to Tammy, he plays it back. And yeah, we go 2-0 down just before halftime. I'm not trying to distract you from that. This World Cup has been insane. And for every World Cup that I've watched, I remember moments from the 2006 World Cup. I remember the Joe Cole goal against Sweden. I remember that. That's my first footballing memory. Nothing else. I vaguely remember the Zidane incident. I didn't know what was going on, but I can kind of remember that. 2010, I cried when Germany knocked England out and embarrassed them. 2014, I remember watching the Goetze goal. I remember the Messi free kick. He stood up. Yes, get them back into this. Score this free kick. Back into it. Skied it. Miles over. 2018, the run to the semi-finals by England. Insane. Now here, this World Cup, and I just feel personally, every World Cup I've watched has got better and better and better and better. Maybe it's because of paying more attention, and I wasn't maybe back then, but it certainly feels like every single World Cup improves upon the previous. Could be wrong. You know what? I just love international tournament. I think international tournament football is the best kind of football. Better than any other form of football. Champions League, no. Even the Euros is better than a Champions League, in my opinion. When everyone gets together, you're playing good. You know, you go out in the groups, obviously. The Champions League is going to be better. But Euros, World Cup, England team, we've now got a team that is good enough to compete. We've shown that. We've got to the semi-finals. We've got to the finals. And I mean, this time round, we've got to play Senegal next. AFCON champions. Could be difficult. We get through them. We've got to play, I think it is Poland or France. You know, got to hope Poland do the job there. This is probably the most difficult run of games that Southgate's had as manager. And again, this could be his last. Obviously, I'll discuss that in the group stage video, which is going to come out probably tomorrow. The final group stage games are being played as you watch this. So, you know, what are you doing? Maybe it's halftime. It's halftime right now. But back to the action. We're playing PSG in the fifth game of the Champions League. We currently have 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Currently drawing against PSG. A win here today will see us through in first place. I think a draw means it goes down to the final day where we will play Porto. PSG will play Applewell. Not really what you want. But we hit the post there with Hudson-Odoi. Didn't quite work out. Trying to clear it, they pass it actually right back to Hudson-Odoi, who finds the back of the net. Puts us back in front. Just the 23 minutes remaining. We got to defend for our lives. We go through this game. We can play the second team again in the final game of the group stage against Porto. Didn't work out against Applewell. That's fine. We're already through. Whatever. But with 1 minute remaining, Carlos Soler finds Mbappe. He shoots. It is well saved by Dean Henderson. We clear it away. Martial nods it down to Fletcher. He loses out to Tielemans. We're into the 91st minute is gone. Bang. Gone. But the referee does not care. Hakimi in the box. The referee still does not care. We're into the 92nd minute of the game. The referee does not care. A reverse ball through to Mbappe. They get back on level terms. They're very similar to how we equalised against West Ham in the previous episode. PSG going to do the same against us. And it is a bitter, bitter taste in our mouths. We see defeat when the whistle should have been blown for full time. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.